right, I'm gonna flip this. Oh, Jesus Christ! Of course, when I'm starting to film, this cat's going crazy. All right.
Hell yeah, dude.
Welcome to the first Dedlie hour of 2020. I haven't posted any of this shit since last year, even though we've done some podcasts and I haven't even posted them yet. But anyways, I'd like to welcome Kat McNew, the voice of Myrtle Skaggs, and a few other people. And then we have here Ismael Ramirez, and he plays Jorge Colorado and a bunch of other people. I'm Blake Dedlie, and I do the voice of Blake Dedlie.
What?
And audio, and a few other voices.
You're white?
Yeah.
Shit.
I was white the whole time. How you guys doing?
With me.
How's life? How was Thanksgiving? That was my first question.
Oh, exciting. Thank you.
I know.
I was trying to sweat. I'm like, they're going to know and do shit.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, I know. I know you didn't do shit. Oh my God, that's actually should be the first question. What are your results? Do you even want to talk about this right now?
I didn't send them to you?
No.
Damn it. I thought I sent them to you. So for all people out there listening in, tuning in, my sister had COVID, so I hung out with her, so I had to go get tested. Mm-hmm. And so I had to take my mom, take my dad. We all had to go and do it. So we went and did it, and got my results yesterday. My mom, first thing in the morning, she's like, "Well, did you get your results?" I'm like, "No, Mom. Did you get yours?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm negative." I'm like, "Well, I don't get this bullshit that you got it sooner than me. We went the same exact time. I put them in the thing at the same exact time. How did you get yours first?" So anyways, I didn't get mine till 1 in the afternoon, and it was negative. So I was like,
"Oh, yeah."
You are really burying the lead right now.
You're like, does he have it or does he not have it?
Find out in the next episode.
What about your dad?
I don't know what was up with this fool. So I'm playing video games, and my mom's like, "Come look at his phone. Come, he doesn't know how to do it." So I walk over and what's going on? He's all like a kid, like, "No, don't touch my phone." I'm like, "Well, you know what? I don't have time for this. I'm over here playing Batman in Arkham City. I'm trying to do shit, all right? I don't have time for this." So
I'm trying to save Gotham City.
The Riddler's on the prowl.
Yeah, when you grow up and let me look at your phone, all right, cool, whatever. So he did not let me look at that shit the whole day. So we had to wait till they went to bed, and my mom comes in and she's like, "Check his phone, here it is. It's got porn." I'm like, "I don't care." So I'm looking at it, and it was easy, and it was negative. So we're like, "All right, cool, we're good."
Oh, good.
We're all good.
Why didn't he want to tell you?
I don't know. I have a feeling. Well, he doesn't know how to use his phone. He only knows how to use it for porn and calls. That's it. I mean, that's all it's for.
What else is it good for?
Exactly.
That's seriously all you use it for.
And COVID tests.
Are any of you, this is a serious question, are any of you watching Animaniacs?
No, but I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, it's on Hulu.
Everybody's talking about it, but it's funny because I never liked it as a kid. I always thought
Really?
I only liked certain characters. I like that Mindy girl. "I love you, bye-bye." What else did I like? I like
I'm
the
trying to think of who. I'm trying to think of all the
pigeon.
characters and who you would like.
But I hated the actual Animaniacs. I hated Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. I just found them annoying. I would not want to hang out with them. They would shut the fuck up. Please. I feel like
then you're not gonna like episode 3. Just watch the beginning of the first episode. Just watch the intro for episode 1. It's really fun.
What about Pinky the Brain? That seems like it'd be your jam.
Yeah. He doesn't like.
But it's because
Pinky.
they got their own spin-off, right? So I remember watching some show, and then their theme song would come on, and it was so annoying because it would be it starts off with a xylophone, and then, "Hey, babe, what I'm gonna do tonight?" The same thing we do, Pinky, and then it goes into the theme song. I'm like, "Oh, this is the most annoying theme song. Turn it off." I changed the channel. That's the importance of a good theme song. If you have a crappy theme song, I'm changing the channel.
Yeah.
I like the Skull Dude.
Who was the Skull Dude?
He was a weird. It was the same kind of
Oh, the good idea, bad idea. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That thing was so morbid.
Yeah, it was just like, good idea. And it was like taking your dog for a walk. And it was like this guy, it was like poorly drunk.
Oh,
He was
yes.
like taking the dog for a walk. It was like, bad idea. Taking your walk to a dog. And then like,
Right.
I don't know what.
And then you're walking on, yeah, he was like walking on a dog or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The worst thing possible that you never think of doing. Hence why it's a bad idea.
I started watching, for Thanksgiving, it ended up just being Anna and I, and we made, for 2 meat eaters, we made a fully like vegetarian, vegan meal. It all came out really great, but I couldn't eat. But we did watch the worst show I've ever seen ever, and that I'm probably going to end up rage watching on Netflix, called Emily in Paris. And nothing has brought me more rage in 2020 than this stupid show.
Emily in Paris, more so than the presidential election.
Yeah.
Wow.
I keep hearing about it. What's the big deal about this show?
It's so bad. So this woman goes to work in Paris, and she's from Chicago, and that's a really big thing. And so she works for a big marketing firm in Chicago. That's all she keeps saying. And something happens. She ends up going, there's a sale of a company, blah, 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 blah. She has to go work in Paris for a year, but she doesn't know any French. And apparently, even being someone who is in charge of social media for a large, successful marketing firm in Chicago, knows nothing of French culture, knows nothing about social media, and just also understands nothing about anything. Like,
she's a fish out of water.
She starts this show with 37 followers on Instagram. She's the person in charge of social media for this thing. She's real fucking dumb. She's just like,
even I have 600 followers.
I was like, bitch, I got more than you.
Damn.
I've gotten hit up by 3 people to be a brand influencer.
Damn, look at you.
I know one I was going to send to them your way, because it was just like, this sounds gay, was like the brand. Yeah.
You told me. You should have sent it my way. I totally would have ate it up.
Some come asking me, but I thought it was always porn related. Like, I'm like, do I have to sell myself? Like, I already have an OnlyFans. Like, that's enough already. Please stop.
Side note.
I plan on watching Emily in Paris.
It's really bad.
So we can talk about it.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
I think we're 3 episodes in, but the pacing this is a whole podcast episode in it of itself, is my problems with Emily in Paris.
To be continued.
All right, we'll talk about it soon.
I cede my time.
Honestly, the show I thought you were going to talk about was the Twisted Black Soul show. Hence the reason why we're here.
Oh, yeah. No, that was what I was going to say next.
So I have a few questions prepared for you guys. Numero uno.
Prepared?
Yeah, a few questions.
English, please.
Won't get too crazy. So we have 3 episodes out. Please check them out if you haven't heard of it. We have a show about the band Twisted Black Soul, which is based on me and Ismael's real life. But Kat has never been a part of this, but she's been our friend for years, and she's really funny and can do some good voices. Hence the reason why we asked her to do the voice.
She's always the voice of Satan.
My first question is, how do you like voice acting? Let's go with Ismael first.
Why did you ask the least professional person in this to go first? Anyways, voice acting. Being the guy that always watched cartoons all their life, that's all I ever done is like silly sounds and voices, but I always just thought of like more of imitation. So like doing it for a show, it's like, it's nothing like that. It's not, you're not imitating. You have to create the characters. And it's funny because like after I got some feedback, they're like, you need to work on it. So I went and watched videos on YouTube, and the guy's like, that's exactly it. It's like, it's not imitation. It's not the same thing that you can imitate someone's voice, but you didn't make it. When you have to make somebody's voice, it's completely different. You have to think about their backstory, and I'm like, oh man, you mean like actual acting? I thought you just made voices. Fuck.
Yeah, you actually need to do some acting. That's the other. That's what we realized as I worked with you on it. I was like, oh yeah, this guy needs to learn how to act. But I think you've been doing a good job so far. It just, you have the voices down. Obviously, you could do voices, but now we just need you to work on some. Why don't you look up some acting lessons like on YouTube?
I guess so.
Honestly, I think that's the easiest. I think you have the hardest part down ish. Like you are really good with it. Your timing is really good. Your
Yeah.
voices are always really good. You're very creative. It's just the getting in that mindset of acting is going to be it's once you get that kind of like switch clicked, it's going to be like cake. I feel like you're
Yeah.
going to be great at it. 'Cause
I
you're already
agree.
really good at it.
You
But
already
it is a
act
weird,
in life, anyways.
yeah.
Well,
You've been acting your whole life, anyways. So
fuck.
you don't
Yeah,
even realize it.
Acting a fool.
you know, just like that Rush song that quoted Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying?
All the world is indeed a stage, and we are merely players.
Mm-hmm.
Fortune and
Salesman.
I don't even know if I got that lyric right. Anyways, Kat, how do you like voice acting? And you've done some acting before. So you're a pro.
True. It's difficult because it really amplifies the thing I hate the most about myself, which is my voice. I
Say
hate
what?
listening. I hate hearing myself talk.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's also really cool because like
Apparently most people do.
yeah, I mean you've dealt with me enough. You know how much I hate hearing myself.
Yeah.
But then like watching the last episode with
Yeah, what
what's
was her
her
name?
name?
Yeah, what
Joni.
is her name? Joni.
Whew, I'm so happy I was the only one that forgot. It was really neat. I was really proud of myself to be able to like forget that I did it. Like it didn't just sound like me. Like I feel like a
True.
lot of times my characters just are me, but like with a slightly more exaggerated accent.
Usually a southern of some kind.
Yeah,
Because you're from Florida, for people who don't know.
true.
And Ismael's from Juarez, Mexico, if you didn't know.
Racist.
No, you're from East LA, bro. You're
No,
from
Los
Los Reno.
Angeles.
No, anyway, sorry, go on, Kat.
No, but it is something I've always wanted to do because you know me, I don't know, I like acting in a certain sense, and I like being funny and goofing off and stuff, but I also don't like being seen. So it's the perfect thing.
Wow.
I know. And it's great. You're a huge...
for me.
That's another thing I want to talk about. I guess I'll transition to it now, and we'll start with you. Some of our cartoon influences and stuff. I was going to go there with Animaniacs, but then Ismael just took that and stomped it on the ground. You love The Simpsons. I know. Any other cartoons that you really love, or we could just talk about The Simpsons?
I'd like to think of I mean it's hard because it's just like I can't it's easier for me to think of cartoons I don't love.
Yeah.
But I always felt like
But I should say I feel like most people though everyone, I feel like everyone loves The Simpsons. Like Simpsons is like Star Wars, it's just part of the cultural thing. But you fucking love The Simpsons. You have a Simpsons tattoo. You have two of them. Oh, I know you got another tattoo. Wait, what was the other one? I can't remember.
There's the one on my butt, and then there's the one that I got on my arm.
Oh, that's from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Which one?
It's the Treehouse of Horrors when they do The Shining, and it's the scene where like she's going up to like Homer's typewriter, and she's like, what is the quote? It's something along the lines of like, whatever he's typing will be a window into his madness. And then she comes around, she looks at the typewriter, and all it says is just, feeling fine. And then the lightning strikes, and she just goes, oh. And then the lightning strikes, and then you see him, and it just says like, no beer, no TV.
Oh, yeah.
I just always love that. A window into his madness. Feeling fine.
Feeling fine. That's hilarious. You have like an encyclopedic knowledge of The Simpsons. It's incredible.
I should send you this thing I watched recently about it's called The Downfall of The Simpsons, and how they're like, the way it brings it up is like, so there's a show about this family called The Simpsons, but there's another show about a family called The Simpsons, and they're absolutely different. They're not the same thing, but it's like both clips of the actual Simpsons. I'm like very confused. Like, what are you talking about? And then it talks about because the one from the 90s isn't the same as the one right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it points out the big differences. And like, it's funny because like the nowhere did ever mention, I'm like, dude, Family Guy fucked everything up. Like the introduction of Family Guy, they had to be like, oh man, we have to do what they're doing. So they feel like
Also,
that's what fucked it up.
Yeah, well, also South Park.
Well, and it's one of those things too, which it's really cool that you said that. And man, this is painfully nerdy. But that is something that people don't really like think about or really understand or recognize, is that Family Guy, when it first came out and it started like, getting popular, because that first season or two of Family Guy was so terrible. They fired everybody and then restaffed, and then that's when it started getting good. Their popularity took off because of their absurd use of cutaway jokes,
Right.
which Simpson had done cutaway jokes, and it was just like, yeah, that's how you do whatever. But then like they kind of like went on this fork in the road where like Family Guy just like doubled down, and their entire episode is nothing but cutaways. And then Simpsons had to move away from cutaways, which I feel like really changed their story structure a lot too. Because if you look at something from season 20s and then like the first 10 season, like the story structure in itself is completely different as well. It's so weird, but it's just, I think that's something that happens when you have something that's as old as I am. Like,
all right,
they're still going.
Yeah.
30 seasons or something. They're still going.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy that
I was gonna say there's another documentary, but it's a video essay actually by the same guy who goes over why are they still making it, and he explains why. And it's funny because he says that it's like, it's not even crazy, the show, like nobody's really watching it. I mean, it's still at the high number
viewers. Yeah.
But what's actually crazy about it is all the fan stuff. They've taken these characters and they've made them their own, and they've like put themselves in how they see the Simpsons, and they made these crazy ass, like there's even music. There's like synth pop dedicated to the Simpsons. Like they use scenes from the show, edit it, and then put music. And I'm like, what the heck? All this stuff exists because of the Simpsons. Like, it's just crazy how it's affected like so many things. It's not just a cartoon. It's like it's gonna be here forever. Like
I think the
Simpsons are bigger than Mickey.
Yeah, it'll never go away because it just can't. Like, even if nobody's watching it, they'll still keep making it because people are still talking about like the past. And it's interesting because Blake and I have talked about this for sure. But like the rewatchability of like the golden era Simpsons being especially when it's something you've grown up on, being able to go back and I've seen seasons 3 through 9, like I couldn't tell you how many times, honest to God. But every time I watch it, like every now and then I get something new, even though I can recite it backwards and forwards, and like most of the time even the commentary on it. But it is an interesting thing to do when because they say you watch it as 3 different people, right?
Yeah.
You see it in 3 different lenses. Yeah, like when you first watch it the first time through, like you see it as the kids.
You see it as like Bart. You see it as like Lisa.
Yeah, and then you see it like as Homer, and like every time you watch it, you kind of see it in a different perspective, if that makes sense. Which I always thought was hilarious, because like, not hilarious, but interesting, because an episode like Homer's Phobia, where he's homophobic, like the whole episode is about him being homophobic. And as a kid, it was always one of my favorite episodes. And it wasn't until like 8 years ago that I realized, oh, this episode is about like this person being gay and Homer being scared or not liking gay people. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I have been watching this episode ad nauseum, like it, like nonstop.
Because you just
How am
thought
I just?
the jokes were funny, and
I
it was
just
just
thought
a
it was a
story,
good
just
show.
a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then
then
you
I'm like,
realize, oh, there's like a bigger issue going on here.
yeah.
Well, that's the weird part. So I've been watching a few episodes on Disney Plus. All my Simpsons stuff when I used to watch it was all when it was on Sunday nights when it was new as a kid, and then like reruns. So that's when that's how I can remember certain episodes now. And then I never watched the DVDs. It's been years since I watched it, and we had that conversation. You're like, watch it now, and I'm watching it. And I'm like, holy fuck! Like, I am Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson used to not be like super dumb. He was just like, he was kind of a low average, sort of middle American, working class guy. And so that's why it made sense, that like, yeah, he has a problem, especially at that time, having a problem with someone gay and not having his boy turn out gay was like a very, of the time thing. But the way that but yeah, so it was just weird to really kind of see him in that way and to see him like going to work and hating his job and all that sort of stuff. I was like, oh man, that's me,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, the early episode, it is very much like not so much. It's a show about a family and like realistic, like even though it's a cartoon and everything like that, and there's a lot of unrealistic things about it, but
well, they have fun with
I think
it.
Yeah, like because like how I always told you, I'm like, Homer is always trying his best.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what makes him a good dad. Like he's not good
that's what
at
makes him
a lot
likable.
of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like, especially like in the early seasons, like now not so much, like he's trying. He has nothing but the best intentions.
Yeah.
But he's stupid and like, or he's ignorant, but he does try to learn.
Right.
Whatever.
And he's always there for his daughter no matter what, which is always so cute, even though she's like way smarter than everybody on the show. I like, going back real quick, one of my favorite jokes, like, even though it's a cartoon, they show, there's still a real family and real things happen in the show. But I love when they could just like, oh, it's a cartoon, so we can have fun with it for the joke, for the gag. And they're like talking about a cartoon. It's like, it's a cartoon. It doesn't have to make sense as they're watching as a family. And then Homer walks by in the window. That's my favorite. She's like, anyways. Anything else to talk about with The Simpsons before we move on?
Wazoo. Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about when I say that.
So
you remember everything else, but you don't remember a Woozle Wazoo. That was the best line in the entire
history. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Last thing, I heard that The Simpsons in the last few seasons have actually gotten a little better. I don't know if they changed a few writers or some of the writers are a little better or what, but I've heard they actually have a few good episodes out there just in the last 2-3 years. Funny enough, I kind of want to check them out.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's very interesting. I don't know. I cede my time. This again could not be another whole like 4-hour thing because I've got a lot of thoughts and feelings about this.
Maybe we should go on about that some other time because I grew up with it. There was a point where I went to Mexico. My sister and I were like, we're gonna miss The Simpsons. We're gonna miss The Simpsons, and we found out they had it there in español, and that's when shit changed when you watch Homero, not Homer, Homero. And you're like,
Homero. What?
Yeah. When we came home, we found the SAT button and we're like, I'm going to watch it in Spanish now. So it was like a completely different thing to learn that you could watch The Simpsons in Spanish.
Real quick, and I might cut this out. I don't know. I have this thing saying running out of time. I thought we had an hour because wasn't Zoom going to,
on Thanksgiving.
It was supposed
I thought it was for the rest of the week, for this week.
Oh, I don't know.
Weird. All right. Well, if we come out, then we'll just jump back in, and I'll make sure we're recording for the rest of it. All right. Next question is for Ismael. Your animation influences. Let's talk about that.
I mean, I feel like we grew up in the 90s golden era of animation. We had like X-Men, like Fox Kids was the shiznit. X-Men, we had Batman animated series. I that's all I ever did outside of school. It's like I glued to the TV to this day, you know. So like it's funny. People are like, do you remember this? They'll show me like this picture. Like I faintly remember this, and I tell them what cartoon it is. They're like, how the fuck do you remember? Like, dude, I remember all that stuff. I watched every single cartoon that existed in the '90s as a kid. I was always like changing the channels, looking for stuff. I have an entire playlist on YouTube of just theme songs. So like some of them you might not even know. It wasn't until later. In 5th grade when this kid showed me a sticker of Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, what's that? He's like, oh, it's called Dragon Ball Z. Never heard of it? I'm like, I don't know what the heck that is, but these characters look cool. So he told me like, oh, it's on channel 9, but you have to wake up at 6 in the morning on Saturday. So I woke up, fucking waited, and the show came on. I'm like, this is the greatest thing in the entire planet. So that was like my first intro to anime.
Changed his life.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that I had actually seen anime before. There was Voltron and G-Force. But like I think that's when I was conscious that it was something else, and then I found out about Pokemon, and then like everything changed when Toonami was introduced in like the 2000s, 99 time period, and like that's when I like dived into anime full on, like Dragon Ball Z, All Star, Cowboy Bebop, Gundam Wing, like all that's like I'm like I don't care. That's why I got disconnected from most kids, because they're like still like, oh, let's watch Animaniacs, SpongeBob. Like that's the one cartoon I disconnected with kids because they were watching SpongeBob. I'm like, sorry, I'm over here watching like people shoot each other and bloody out and cut each other's heads off.
Like,
I'm not interested in.
Excuse me, nerds. I'm watching anime. All right.
Exactly, and people they didn't know about anime. Like that was too new in America, at least in our generation.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so I never watched any anime. I mean, the only anime I watched was in film school when they would show us what's his name? Miyazaki films. Yeah. My friend Totoro, all that stuff.
Toonami was the tits.
Oh, so you used to watch Toonami.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, because in terms of, not to hijack this, but in terms of like at least voice acting and things like that, like with The Simpsons, like I really relate to it in terms of like a writing. Like that's where I feel like I get a lot of inspiration in the writing that I don't do. But in terms of
you critique my writing, so that's good.
I feel like I would be the most amazing script doctor ever if I had any like energy to pursue it. But no, like in terms of like voices and like just animation knowledge, like in my head, like Simpsons isn't so much like a cartoon, it's a show. But like, yeah, like Pokemon, like waking up, I'd watch Pokemon before school and like after school and weekends, like the Batman animated series, like I feel like that really had a huge influence on just like my aesthetic for a good chunk of my life, like, you know. And there was like another show, like I remember like trying to like mimic a lot of voices in like Rocco. I think that being like the first, that being the first kind of like show, that and like Ren and Stimpy, of like trying to mimic their voices because they were so funny. But
that was my favorite.
Toonami was tits. Yeah.
I like the Rugrats and Doug and all those things. Oh, Ren and Stimpy.
Those are my favorite. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it as a kid.
I love the growthness of the detail, like when they had those.
Yeah, when they would zoom in.
What have you done? And then it's a close up, and it's like super detailed.
Yeah.
Like, bros, look at all the texture. I love the texture. I loved it.
So great. I remember I wore a Ren and Stimpy shirt to Catholic school when I was a kid, and they called my parents and said nope. It was like free dress day because we used to, have free dress day because you usually be in uniform, but we like I wore my Ren and Stimpy shirt. My sister too. We both had it, and then we go to school and they're like, nope. Call your parents. You got to go back home. Change them shirts. They called my parents, told them you have to leave your job, pick your kids up, take them home, change, and then my mom was like, all right, I'm just gonna.
They didn't just make you turn it inside out?
No, we had to go home.
So weird.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my Ren and Stimpy story, but I love that show. But you were saying something, Kat.
Oh no, I will say I love it because Sailor Moon for me, I feel like was my Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Not to be that cliche.
Hey, it's still good.
But like but it does always make me think about like because I think it was on before Sailor Moon on Toonami. So I would catch the end of it before watching Sailor Moon, and my dad like he loves cartoons, he loves anime, he loves like all that kind of stuff, but the one thing he could never understand was Dragon Ball Z, because he would walk in and like, you know, he's like turning like Super Saiyan, and my dad's like, he's just been yelling for 10 minutes. He's like, he just called it the yelling show. He's like, every time I come in here, he's just yelling. He's like, I've never seen that character do anything other than just go.
I just shared on Facebook the same guy that did the Simpsons video essay about, he's the closest person who's able to verbalize why I like Dragon Ball Z and why if you ask somebody now to watch it again, it would not work. It's something that you had to live through at that point.
Oh, really? As like a
if you watch it right now, like he says, I can't go back to it. I can't watch it again.
Oh, really?
If I watch it in the lens of now, I'm just gonna change the channel. But because of my nostalgia and because of what I went through as a child, that's what I needed then. And it's funny because I own it and I watch it every so often. Like I'll go watch it back again, and it doesn't work because the magic's not there. I already know what's gonna happen. This is one of those. It's like, it's funny. It's like it's very dramatic. The show's very dramatic. There's a lot of cliffhangers. So if you already know what's gonna happen, then it doesn't work anymore because it's already predictable. It only works if you don't know what's going to happen. But it makes you care about these characters so much. Like you're worried, you're like concerned. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But you already know they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay, and so it doesn't work. Otherwise, it's just some guy yelling. You know, like why is he yelling? But you know, it's supposed to be like for me personally in my life, like that show like if it wasn't around, I probably wouldn't have lived through high school, you know, because like every time shit got hard, like, all right, if Goku was able to like beat the shit out of this motherfucker, so can I. Like I could handle this shit, no problem. Amazing. And
what would Goku do?
Yeah, well, what Goku do? That was like exactly how I made it through high school, you know.
That should be your next tattoo, right where Kat has it. WWGD.
So when Dragon Ball Z ended, like I seriously felt like there was something in my life that left and I could never recover it. And it's been like that since then. I never felt like the same ever. Like that's how impactful that series was.
That's crazy that a show like that can happen. I was gonna say, well, I don't have anything that compares to that. That like a show, I don't know, that like it affected me that much. Maybe if I think about it some more. I'm trying to look.
Well, I think it's I mean, I feel like it's different with everybody. It's like somebody saying like, oh, this band, like they were there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I'm sure there's like a band or a movie, like an album or.
Same thing.
Yeah, but you could always revisit those, you know. But for Ismael, even revisiting it, it's like the magic is gone. Like the only thing I was thinking about like was. That was so rude. Zoom.
I was like, I saw it saying less than a minute, and I was about to say something, but then Ish started being like, I didn't know if I was going to make it through high school, and I was like, oh, this is going to get real heavy, and then...
Bro, what the fuck? Like, right on the...
I was just, like, waiting for it to be, like, just really cut out in the worst moment.
It's like a YouTube ad, bro. Like, the fucking song's killing it, and then, like, hey, why don't you buy this product, you motherfucker? You cut the song up.
You ever know why eating salads doesn't work? Well, because you know that one?
No.
I can't stand it. Dude, I don't know if it's because of you know how like advertisements are catered to you now, but I always hear like this advertisement for this workout video, and it's always the same guy that's like, you want to know why eating salads every day for 5 days?
Oh, I know which guy. I get the same one.
I'm just like,
he's like, well, you can eat whatever you want. Like, it's just, it doesn't work for everybody. You don't have to work out. You know, I don't even run. I don't even run.
Give us your blood and we'll tell you how to eat.
Yeah.
Is it one of those?
It's supposed to be
I
to
don't-
take a
I don't
test
even
of some
know.
sort.
I just wait the 5 seconds and then I skip. It's so ridiculous.
I'm yelling at the thing the whole time, like, you fucking piece of shit. Hurry the fuck up or shut the fuck up. I don't give a damn about your working out, motherfucker. It's because of you I don't buy your product.
Well, anyways,
So I think it's interesting because what you were saying about how it not being the same with like music, and I was trying to take that like brief intermission to try to figure out. There's definitely songs and or albums I can't listen to anymore.
Oh, I see.
Why so?
Because I'm trying to think of one that was just like, you know, there's like an album that like would really fucking hit for me, but it just doesn't hit anymore because I'm not in that same spot.
I have that.
More frequently, I have albums I just cannot listen to anymore because they got me through such a tough time that I'm like, I am never going to be able to ever listen to this. Like, even if a song from it comes up on a shuffle, I'm like, I can't listen to this.
I'm a masochist. I purposely look for that. I'm like, sometimes it's 1 a.m. and like, I'm numb. I want to feel like a person again. Let me put some fucking painful ass shit.
Everybody hurts.
I do have a playlist that's called "Oh No," and the thumbnail for it is a Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls crying.
That's
so then
cute.
when I'm sad and I'm just like, let's crank this to 11, I put that on and like, because I'm just kind of like, it's one of those like fucking leeching or something where I'm like, I'm sad. I'm like, I got to get the sadness out. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And I was telling my my therapist this, and I was like, I was in the car and I was like, you know what? I'm going to like, I just started crying. I was like, let's do this. Let's get this out. I got like 20 minutes in this commute. Let's cry.
Yeah.
So I turn on the Oh No playlist and I just cry as much as I possibly can. He's like, well, I don't know if that's a real good idea. And I was like, no, I like give myself a limit. And he's like, yeah, like then maybe afterwards, like listen to like something like better. So
lighter.
He gave me an opposite playlist.
I feel like that's something people should do, having like a good cry. You know, I think that's important.
I asked someone at work that, and I was like,
yeah.
You know how like you're sad and you just put sad music on so you can feel sadder?
Yeah.
And they were like, no.
Yeah, no, of course.
And I was like, what? What are you?
Well, I feel like
crazy?
people do the opposite. They're like, I'm feeling sad. Nope. Hand me that fucking bottle. I'm gonna get dumb, bitches.
Give it to me, drunk Connor Oberst. Let's get through this.
I don't know why, but Tom Petty, I don't feel like Tom Petty songs are necessarily sad, but I think maybe I was going through something when I started listening to Tom Petty. I got into Tom Petty like later, like in my early 20s, you know. And
that's fair.
And so there's something about it now when I listen to it, I just get really sad. I'm like, it just reminds me of a time.
I get sad too when I listen to Tom Petty.
Because you don't like Tom Petty.
Reasons. Exactly.
I'm usually in a good. I will say this, and I know the two of you are going to give me shit for it, so don't. I'm white and a hipster, so don't want to hear it already.
Okay.
But I cannot listen to, and this isn't even like a sadness thing or anything like this, I don't think. I can't listen to any Father John Misty song at all. I'm like, nope, I don't want it.
I don't know what that is.
Here.
What is that?
It's just like this hipster guy.
I only know him because of you, actually, yeah.
What time period did he come out in? What era? Is it contemporary?
2010s?
Yeah, like
well, that's why I don't know. I don't know anything after I came out of high school. If it's new, I don't know. I don't know it.
But doesn't he do a theme song? Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Doesn't he do a theme song for like a show? Maybe in the last couple of years? Might be thinking of somebody else.
I would believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't listen to that part of my life is over and not necessarily like a sad way or just in a very neutral, just kind of like, nope, that's it. I am not going to listen to, I have some vinyls of his. I've seen him in concert so many times, but like after like his third album, I was like, nope, Cannot, like, just next it. I don't ever want to hear any of his music ever again.
It's weird. It's not necessarily like that. I don't know if this makes sense, but with Primus, when I got into Primus, I like really got into Primus. Like, got all their bought all their CDs. Like, this is the time when you bought all CDs. I like listened to them constantly over and over. Just like went obsessed for Primus. And now I'm like, okay, hey, like, if I hear a song, I'll like, let it play in the background.
Yeah, no, that's the same way. I'm like,
I'll go see him live, totally till this day. But like, I'm never like, oh, let's listen to some Primus now. I think I just heard it so many fucking times that I'm like, I'm done.
I've taken him off. He was on so many of my playlists. And now I'm just kind of like, nah, let's just get it off. Get it out of here. I'm done with this. This is gonna sound super lame, but not really. I wish we were in quarantine because I'm like, I'm getting like real big high school sleepover vibes right now, and I really wish that the three of us could like hang out and have a sleepover.
We're all like, we're all like on our like individual.
Yeah, like
beds on the floor.
Like my roommate's gone. Like, come over. Like, I got like chips and dips. We'll make like a fort and like watch some.
You're gonna make a fort? I haven't made one of those in a long time.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, well, someday soon we should have like I feel, hopefully, I mean, in the future we'll have like TBS show retreats, and we'll like talk about the show. We'll like go camping. No, like we'll go.
Why did she laugh?
What did you think?
I don't know. I'm liking it. Where are you taking it in your head? I want to hear.
The channel.
The channel?
The TBS channel.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
What is the Superstation doing here?
The Twisted Black Soul show. It's just hard saying Twisted Black Soul all the time. I don't know why.
I don't know if you know this. My favorite band, the very first band I ever went to go see, my first concert, my favorite band ever, is Taking Back Sunday.
Oh.
So when Blake started with Twisted Black Soul, he was like, oh yeah, there's a TBS show. I'm like, what? Like freaking out. And I'm just like, God damn it. It took too long for me to be like, calm your ass down. He's not at any point ever going to be talking about Taking Back Sunday.
I will never talk about Taking Back Sunday. Ever.
You can have Sunday all you want.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll take Thursday. No, I'm just kidding.
This is also another like band thing.
I
wasn't sure if you were making that joke, but I do always.
No, I know. I'm aware of these bands. That's why.
When I would, even now when I go to Blake's place, like, and if I go up to Division Street, there's a Thursday song called Division Street. So I like to throw that bad boy on when I turn on Division Street.
Well, now everybody knows where I live, so thank you very
Division
much,
Street.
Kat. Yeah,
Division
Street.
It's in Division Street, next to Subtraction Street. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
All right, so we have a little bit of time left.
We didn't talk about the TBS show.
No, we are kind of.
Sorry.
Well, what do you want to talk about? Is what
No, I'm just fucking with you.
No, about the show. Yeah, no, that's. Hold on. Here's another question. Yeah, where do you see the show going in the future?
What the fuck? What was that?
Where do you see the show? Where do you see the show going? Both of you look frozen.
You mumbled something. I don't know what you said.
No, it might have been the connection because.
No, I mumbled something and I said up your butt.
It's already there.
It's already there. Yeah. Well, how do we get more people to watch it? All that sort of stuff. I think we need to. Well, I'm going to answer my own question.
What?
But this, remember we listened to that.
Can I ask it for you so then it looks like you're answering my question?
Okay.
Blake, where do you see this going? How do we get more people to watch the show?
Excellent question.
Excellent question, Kat. Let's see. So I think we just need to. I don't actually know how. I don't know. I don't know.
Whoa.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love that answer. I don't fucking know either.
No, I remember that podcast we listened to where they were like, "How are we going to get like 1,000 subscribers?" This is like when they had like 100 subscribers. This podcast we started listening to. Shout out to the Whole Rabbit. and they were like, oh, let's make something. They're all about like the occult and explaining all that stuff. And so they were like making symbols and with the intention of like getting
The
more
sigils?
subscribers. The sigils, yeah, exactly. Maybe we need to, but we already have the sigil. I don't know. Or maybe we need to
Yeah,
create
they mentioned like logos or sigils. They were saying that. That's what
logos or sigils.
we have them on the head of your hat
Oh yeah.
or on your chest. Like the sigils, they mean something
Not
in the
me.
position.
My body belongs to nobody.
Oh, except for that in the back over there.
Yeah, except for Satan
Okay.
herself.
Can I just say, it was the sweetest thing. I love Micah so much. He texted me last night. There was like a Kickstarter ad that, and it's funny because of that Kickstarter podcast I listened to. I've already know about the Kickstarter,
Mhm.
but it was like he took a screenshot of this Kickstarter ad that was called like Go to Hell or something like that, and it was like Satan came up with a board game and he sent it to me. And then he said something like really sweet and nice about like us going to his show the other day, and I was just like, oh, I was like, thanks guys.
Micah's so cool.
He's so cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm, like I said, E and I are working on some spells, gonna brew up some spells to do.
Yeah.
December.
Do some spells for the show. Let's get people watching it. And
Do
yeah.
you really do that stuff? You do spells and use crystals and whatnot?
No, but now I'm gonna. I got nothing else to do. Why not get in crystal?
Well, you have crystals behind you on your
Yeah, that's why
on your
that's
sheet
why I
there.
asked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I do. No, this was just really cute. It was on sale.
Nice.
And
it blocks your messy room. I'm kidding. I don't know if your room is messy.
No, it is, and it's part of the reason. I had like one of my, at the beginning of quarantine, getting set up for like my virtual like therapy sesh, and then just like behind me is nothing but like a disaster zone. I'm like,
The danger
hide
zone.
that.
The same here. I just do is angle the camera up so you don't see down here.
And you can see my lovely window. So nice, right?
He has a couch where he draws his French ladies.
You know what? I've been wanting to get into full moon rituals. I'd like to think of something to do for full moons.
Yeah, let's I don't know.
So let's do that. Let's
Why don't we do
let's do
podcasts?
something on full moons.
Why don't we do podcasts on full moons?
Full moon review.
Full moon review. The full moon review. Oh yeah, I like that. And we could talk about Emily does Paris or whatever it's called. And I can
it's so bad.
I can watch it. We still need to talk about Star Trek.
Nerds.
This bitch, her there's no spoilers in here, but her neighbor who lives on the fifth floor, which is the fourth floor for us Americans, which she just keeps confusing, makes her, all her peanut butter gets broken in transit from the States, and her like sexy French neighbor is just like, peanut butter, I'm sure we could find you something better than that Trader Joe's peanut butter. Makes her an omelet, and she's like, oh wow, you've changed my mind. Bitch, that's not a replacement for peanut butter. 1. 2, she's like, okay, I'll help, like, and then she makes a comment about like deep dish Chicago pizzas. Cool, fine, whatever. And then she's like, you know what, thanks for making me that delicious omelet, let me help clean up. And then she goes to take his cast iron skillet into the sink with dish soap.
Shit.
And then he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, what do you mean you don't wash it with soap? Oh, bitch, you're from Chicago. They make those deep dish pizzas in those cast iron skillets. You're telling me you don't know about cast iron skillets?
Have you watched that? There's this thing called pitch meetings. I love it because it's like what you just said. Like there's a writer meets the producer and he brings him the idea, and the producer asks questions like that. Wait a minute, isn't she from Chicago? Wouldn't she know about that? I need you to get off my back about these questions. All right. It's like they point out how stupid these things are, and they just keep going. And the guy's like, why are we making this again? Because it's got to make a lot of money. Right. I love money. So then
like,
that's the whole reason why they make them.
Yeah, of course.
There's so many, and that's why it was driving me crazy. I was like, listen, I can excuse and I can overlook and I can look past so many flaws, just in general. But the biggest one I can't is that this woman who is going to Paris to be in charge of showing them how to do, she's a social media expert, and that bitch's got 34 followers on Instagram. You can't act your way out of that plot hole. And I'm sorry, Blake, again, I cede my time.
No worries. No, I was just looking to make sure.
Full moon.
No, I was thinking, I was like, God, I was like, we started with Emily in Paris. I wonder, we should end with Emily in Paris. But I was like, oh, we still have more time, so forget it.
There's going to be a Twisted Black Soul episode where we go to Paris.
Paris? God help. If I do,
we should.
This bitch is getting God.
Myrtle just looks for Emily. Looking for Emily in Paris.
Where's this bitch? I'm gonna slap her some sense.
I'm gonna fucking get her.
I know. How do I let's see. I want to write an origin story for all the characters. I already have an idea for Blake. I already know how Eladio's gonna do. And I have a vague idea for Jorge and Myrtle.
Can I write Jorge and he write mine?
Sure. Well, just write an idea and then send it to me. Here's one of my things. I had an idea for Myrtle was Myrtle has
in Paris.
Well, so Myrtle is Blake's great grandmother, right? So she had not one kid but like 30 kids. And when the rest of the band finds out, like, you had 30 kids, I'm like, yeah, like they call me Fertile Myrtle. That's actually where the name that's where it comes from. That's all I have.
Who calls her that?
I think that's it. That's all it needs to be. Like, you got about 30 kids.
They call me Fertile. Oh, yeah.
They call me Fertile.
They call you Fertile Myrtle.
Fertile Myrtle. That's actually where that phrase comes from.
Can I say? Yeah. I do want to say, Ish, I do very much enjoy our characters' dynamic, and I would like to at some point record audio with you.
Oh, I know. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We all need to be in the room, like, eventually, like,
back off each other
to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. No, I was gonna say maybe we can do it because one time we were gonna do it like this with your laptop, or next time because your laptop won't have the sound, the sound problem like your computers do because you have the fans at work. So we were gonna record like this, but with you, Ismael, we gotta get you maybe a better. Maybe we could do it like this in the future.
A better what? What are we gonna say, bro?
A better microphone so we can hear you better because she has a good microphone. It's just we were actually going to record virtually.
Well, I have
like
the one
this.
we used to record.
Oh,
that's right.
I was like, how do you not have a microphone? I will say let me look into, because there's that podcasting app that I think would, like, I'll look into that the podcasts I listen to that are recording now are using, and their audio sounds great. And so that way it would record individually.
Oh, yeah.
But
perfect.
the same, it'll record individually remote, like, you know what I'm saying.
I think I know what you're saying.
I understand completely.
So no, that's good because then I can use, I don't know. It'll be fun. It's definitely different when you interact. The first episode is like me and Ismael totally interacting and it definitely works. And I feel like I'm doing my best with the other episodes. Yeah. It sounds like we all do it separately, and it sounds like we're all talking to each other.
It does.
Yeah.
I do love it. Yeah, because I don't know. I love that Myrtle and Jorge are just always feuding and fussing.
And yeah, it's cute. Well, we got the 2 episodes written, and then I'm working on the other one. I think I might make that Jorge's what do you call it?
Oh yeah,
his origin.
Did you get my email about that idea I had? I'm not sure if you saw it.
Oh yeah, I had it open, and then you had a video idea for a music video. I actually already have. We talked about it. I already have a music video idea, and it's based off the real life, what really happened. I won't get into what really happened, but I think I'm gonna make it where Jorge is mad that he doesn't get enough screen time.
They ain't making me the diva? Yo, no, I'm not the diva.
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe. Well, it's not really you. You gotta also, that's the thing. It's like Jorge will become his own character. Even though he's based on you, he'll evolve and become his own character. Just like Blake in the show. Blake's not really me.
Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. I don't know. That Joni episode, I think that happened in real life. Next time, can we try with the clothes off?
What? No.
I'm really happy. Can I say I'm really proud about how well I did doing the back and forth at the same time?
Yeah. It sounds really good.
For that.
Yeah. No, it was good. It sounds like two different people. It's
no,
fun.
And I know I keep telling you, but like they're not that the first episodes were like bad or anything, but like your writing on them just keep getting like better.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Like I'll say the pacing of it is getting really well. Like for example, Emily in Paris, the pacing is so terrible. It's a Netflix original, but yet the pacing is like a 25-minute sitcom, and it's trying to fit too much stuff in there. But I feel like before it was the opposite, where the pacing was like, but that's how it is with the beginning of any story, where it's going to be a little slow to get like going. But I think you're really like caught into a groove, and like I think the episodes are longer, but they seem quicker.
Oh, good. Yeah. Also, I feel like the last two episodes I wrote, they're more which I like. They're more just the band kind of interacting with each other and talking more, instead of like, I feel like the last episode was more about Blake centered episode, and just like Jorge and Myrtle barely had any lines, and he was talking to other people, and there's other things were going on around him. And I think these next few episodes are very much like just all about the band and their whole dynamic. And we're almost out of time. No, it's fine. But yeah, no, thank you for that. And I want to do like episodes where it's like all about the band, and then just focus on Myrtle for one episode where she's sort of the main character for one, and Jorge is the main character for one. I actually ended up writing, I threw it away, but there's like 4 episodes written that, we're not going to do. There's one episode I wrote where like it was going to be about Jorge's origin story, and Jorge is not even in it. And it was like mostly about Blake. I'm like, damn it, I can't even write. So I got to like just get in Jorge's mindset somehow and then just write. But I'm trying, I don't know. All I know is...
you want me to help you with that, bro?
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah, you need some help.
I have to give you Jorge's favorite songs. Jorge's favorite scents, Jorge's favorite foods, and then you have to get in a room, lock yourself in for like a week, and just think Jorge. Right. And then no hablo inglés, ¿qué dices? And you're gonna be like, dude, you don't speak English anymore? Se me olvidó. I'm like, damn, bro, you were locked in there too long. It's like the Joker. You can't be in the Joker mindset.
I start writing in Spanish and everything. Sending weird gifts. You're like, I gotta order Mexican food.
No,
Sriracha.
What are you doing?
Sriracha. No, because you said something about Arkham. I don't have that game yet.
Wasn't that at the
like an hour ago?
Yeah, I was like...
But then you guys, and then I forgot, and then you just said Batman again, and I was like, oh, that's right. I just got the new Assassin's Creed. I think I like it. I don't know, we'll see.
I heard those Batman Arkham games are real good.
I passed it. So the way that it worked with these games is like the last time I played this was like maybe like 10 years ago. I didn't have cable, I didn't have internet. So this is all I did. Like when I came home from work, this is all I did.
Jeez.
And last night I'm like, you know what? Let me touch this game again. I had so much anxiety. I'm like, I don't think I can play this game anymore. It's just like, it's like you get so focused on being because you want to be detective mode. You don't want to like, it's not a game about like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of these motherfuckers. It's like the whole point is like, or I'm gonna sneak up around these motherfuckers and like take them out. And you could turn on like this heat seeking thing, like you can find them and like through the walls and whatnot. And then like I always fuck up, like, oh no, the guy with the gun, he starts shooting at me. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Which gadget? And then I'm dead. I'm like, fuck, god damn it. I fucked up. I didn't sneak up on him. I got excited. I wanted to jump him.
Dude, I'm just started playing. I've never played any of the Assassin's Creed, but I just started the new one, and I was not feeling it, and I was getting real because I was just like, it's a series based on just being sneaky and like assassinating people.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's what I love.
Yeah.
And then I was just like not feeling it, and I was like, oh, but apparently you're also in like a computer simulation. I don't know.
Weird.
But then I finally got to the point where I got like my the sneaking was terrible, and then I like some guy show up. He's like, "Yo, I can teach you how to be sneaky," and then he gives me like a blade, like a sneaky blade. He's like, "Now you can assassinate," and I was like, "Let's do this." So I've been going around and sneaking and snucking and fake, just fucking people up.
Isn't the music awful though in the show or in the game?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's Creed, right? So Steve, I know that was really bad.
All right. Creed.
That's it. We're almost out of time. We're running out. Any last words before we end? And by the way, when we end, we're gonna end here. But then let's just do a recap talk after. I won't put this on.
Okay.
Online.
Cool.
So, I was gonna say
last time that happened.
Plugs.
This is the closest I've gone to hanging out with people.
Plugs.
I think everyone should just go ahead and check out season 2 of Emily in Paris, Netflix 2021. Check it out. Executive producer Kat McNew.
Cool. Ismael, you have stuff to plug.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug in. Check out Twisted Black show, motherfuckers, and pass it on to your cousins and shit. And then check out my Instagram, Imagination Art, too, if you want to watch non-Twisted Black Soul related art and behind the scenes Twisted Black Soul shit and balls.
Oh yeah, and you sell original stuff in there too as well. And then I'm just gonna promote the Twisted Black Soul show. Also have Mango Napalm. Check us out on mangonapalm.com. We're obviously on hiatus because of the whole quarantine thing that's going on. What's up?
Was there a Mango Napalm parody band in the Battle of the Bands?
No.
But which one do you think it is? Now I want to hear. Who do you think it is?
There was one where it just seemed like Mango Napalm, but it was just the name of the band, but it was like replacement. Like let me try to see.
Oh,
it was like pineapple. Like I don't know.
We had checked out.
Maxed out. We had maxed out.
Maxed out.
We had a Poontang Parade.
Poontang.
And then we didn't have
one, dude.
Oh, that was to me. Poontang Parade was the 2-piece with the weird music.
Oh, the DJ one.
The DJ guy, yeah.
That was hilarious. Parade.
But we don't say the names of any of the other bands.
Maybe it was. I swear, I thought I saw something that like it was a 2-name band that gave me like Mango Napalm vibes, like in it being, like I don't know, like.
No, weird.
All right, never mind.
That's fine.
Think of it, let us know. I'm curious now.
I'll look for it. I'll see if I can find. And I got yeah.
I do want to I want to put real quick the black heartthrobs in there. It's going to be the white kidney stones. So
the white.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Something
that
like
was
that.
The kind of thing that I thought it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
All right.
Watch the show. Bye, everybody.
Are they gonna see us too, or just hear us?
They're gonna watch us too. Hell yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't wear makeup.
All right.
I wish I looked a little better.
Oh, you look great, Kat. All right. Bye.